Hey, how you doing? It's Des Clark here. I know a thing or two about what it means to be the early bird, getting up most days around 5 a.m. for my breakfast radio show. Well, here I am at the Early Bird Breakfast Club. The table is set, and I'm going to be joined by some inspirational people who have been on their own cancer journey and are now living well, having had an early diagnosis. So they're going to come shortly, and we're going to be joined by some clinicians as well, talking us through about what it means to get that early diagnosis. So all I need now is for those people to take their seats, something to be put into this mug, and maybe a bit of breakfast as well. Lovely to have you all here at the Early Bird Breakfast Club. I'm Des, and I'd like to meet you all, find out a little bit more about you if I could. I'll start with you, because you're nearest me.
My name is John Withers. I was diagnosed with bowel cancer in 2009. I was coming on 61 at the time, and I'd actually just seen a poster for the bowel screening kit, and I'd actually been to the GP and I was inquiring about that. If I hadn't actually completed that test, I know for a fact I wouldn't be sitting here speaking to you today.
John, thank you for sharing that with us as well. You just see the importance of getting checked early. I'll turn to you.
I'm Jackie. I was diagnosed with cancer at 25. I had seen a television campaign for mouth cancer. I had a small lump in the left-hand side in my mouth. I had 35 sessions of radiotherapy while I was pregnant. They'd done their best to protect my son Jack. And he was born 41 weeks, weighing 11.8. And he's now just celebrated his 20th birthday. You know, he's doing amazing. So,
Wow.
And we're living well.
That's amazing to hear, and well done you for coming through all that. That's inspirational, isn't it? When you hear that, as you all are indeed. And we're hearing those themes coming back again about getting checked early. Don't leave it. Don't just dismiss it as, oh, it's nothing. Because, well, good news if it is nothing, but it might be something. And the earlier you get checked, the better as well.
Well, exactly, and we would rather people came to us and, you know, maybe they don't think that there's anything there or that they're bothering you. You want them to come and see you.
It's never a bother. People often think they're imposing on the doctors. They're not at all. I'll turn to you now. If you could just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your journey.
So my name's Margaret, and I was diagnosed with cholangiocarcinoma, which is a rare form of tumour that grows in the bile duct, in July 2023. I wasn't terribly unwell. I just had an itch, and it was just a strange itch. It was in your hands and your feet, and there was no rash. And then my urine became really, really dark. I knew there was something dodgy going on with my liver, and I thought, well, not cut back with Prosecco. so I went to my GP practice, and he referred me to Inverclyde Royal Hospital, and I was told that I had a suspected tumour in my bile duct. Because I went really quickly, my GP practice ordered the bloods really quickly. The team at Inverclyde acted really quickly, as did the team at Glasgow Royal. My prognosis is really good.
Margaret, thank you so much, and I'm so glad that you did. You felt that something was wrong. Douglas, I'll bring you in here. When you hear someone come to you with that, people know their own body.
Yeah, absolutely. So something that's unusual for you, particularly if it's persistent, something that doesn't go away, or if it recurs, it keeps coming back. The bottom line is, unless patients tell us, we can't help. So if patients come to us, we can help, we can hopefully reassure, and even if we do have to refer people to suspected cancer services, 9 out of 10 people don't end up having a cancer. But those that do, if we pick it up early, then we end up with people like ourselves who are able to live well again.
And this leaves one remaining person that hasn't had a chance to chat yet.
I'm Daniel, I'm 38 now, and I was 36 when I got diagnosed with a rare type of salivary cancer, which is just in here. I started getting little bubbles under the left side of my tongue, and they were about the size of a 20p piece, and they were bursting. It would reappear after a couple of days, over and over. So we went back to my dental practice, and he said, it sounds like you've got blockage in one of your glands. Let's get you over to the team at the dental hospital. And they found a lump just under here, about that size. But size of a 5p piece.
People might be watching this at various different times, but as we're recording that is the literal 2-year anniversary. How are you now compared to looking back to that guy 2 years ago?
I'm now physically and mentally stronger than I was a year ago, and I'm now getting back to where I was previous to the cancer treatment and starting this journey.
It's unbelievable. It's so brave and brilliantly told from all of you, these stories, all with similar themes, but all different. John, I'll bring you back in here. Obviously, we're talking about be the early bird. How important then do you think that early diagnosis and getting checked has made to you?
For me, it was a matter of life and death. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here if I hadn't had that test. It's a free test. There's not very much you get free in life, but you get this test free.
Yeah.
And it can save your life, and it definitely saved mine.
I do believe with the campaign that was running in 2004 that I most certainly wouldn't be here. It would have been a totally different story.
Because I had those symptoms, I got checked very, very early. My prognosis is good. It's as good as it probably can be, and I'm living well. And so it's absolutely important. The slightest, if it's not right for your body, it's not right, and get it checked.
And Gillian, what's your take on this one when it comes to getting checked out and having those symptoms looked at? Why is it better to be the early bird?
It's better to be the early bird simply because you've got so many more treatment options available to you, and your chances of living well are far superior. And if in doubt, get it checked out.
Jackie, what about yourself? Obviously, you saw the campaign, you were the early birds, you got checked, and now you're here living a very full life. What things are you able to do now that maybe you wouldn't have been had you not been checked?
Well, I know I wouldn't have seen my children grow up. Jack probably wouldn't be here. He's obviously just celebrated his 20th birthday, which is amazing. Also have a grandson who's 9, and I've had 9 years as a gran. Been on loads of amazing trips. I recently just went with my 2 boys to New York to just experience that, especially with Jack, you know, was a big thing for me. And just, you know, being alive, being able to go places, do things, and, you know, it makes a big difference. But my kids could have been left without a mum at a very early age, so, you know, I've been able to grow up with them.
So I've seen both my grandchildren develop. I've also just thinking about my own life and what the support that my wife has actually given me. This year is our 50th wedding anniversary. My younger son lives in Vancouver. I've actually been over to Vancouver and been to his wedding. I would have missed that. And then from my own point of view, I play a lot of golf. I like to walk, and I sing. Don't ask me to sing a song, please, because I might throw it. But
Where's that karaoke? He's ready.
All those sort of things I would have missed, and I'm able to enjoy just through taking a simple little test.
Look at that. Taking that one test. Look at all these things that you have done, all these amazing achievements. John, I want to hang about with you. What a life. That's great.
You'd be my caddy.
Oh, I could do that, yeah. Don't ask me to sing right enough. That's unreal. Margaret, what do you think you've now experienced in life that you may not have?
I don't know if it was a good experience, but I went to support Scotland in the Euro 2024 campaign.
It was good till we kicked off.
Like John, I went to see my son in Colorado. I do a lot of travelling. I'm back at college doing a course in horticulture, and I'm also here to see my wee grandson Jamie in Sport by Judo.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Now, Daniel, let's try and talk about this if you can. A couple of years on, just think about what things that you have done and things you've experienced that you wouldn't have otherwise.
The main was just spending time with my kids, enjoying life, doing stuff that they want to do. That's the main thing.
That's the dream, isn't it? Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for inspiring all of us, these amazing journeys, and obviously the clinicians as well. Wow, how inspirational was that? Weren't they amazing? It was just so insightful hearing from those 4 wonderful, inspirational people talking about their own cancer journeys, and of course our clinicians as well, on the importance of what it means to be the early bird. So I'll echo exactly what they said. If you right now have any unusual or persistent symptoms, make sure to get checked early, be the early bird, get in contact with your dentist or GP practice. And for more information as well, and you can use a symptom checker, it's all there on getcheckedarly.org.